Alright, so here's one of the end caps, the front side where the pulley side, and you can just see this thing's totally packed full of old paint residue and grease and stuff that just got caked on that was sucking in from the air. I found the problem with it, why it wasn't functioning. So on this end here, there's these hinged weights, centrifugal weights. There's one on each end. We got size down there too. Basically those, when this thing fires up, it's got rods that it pushes on in there. So this thing initially takes power from the back side. So here's my brush cage. This brush thing mounts on the back here, and power first comes through this, and this initially gets its start. That's the repulsion side of it. And as soon as it's up to like 75% of its speed, I think, because this is a lot more torque coming through here, so then it switches over. This is basically designed before capacitor start motors, so you can get a lot more torque and stuff out of starting them up. So this side here, power comes through this side on the brushes, and then as soon as it gets enough centrifugal force going, those weights swing out, and there's actually two rods that it pushes on. You can see them down inside there. And this whole mechanism here, it's got what they call, I think, brass fingers on it. So there's lots of these little brass fingers. This thing slides in and out on the shaft inside there, and then when that swings out, it pushes on those rods, pushes it out here, and those brass fingers contact here, and that basically takes the power from this outside thing here and actually runs it through these brass fingers and connects it to run off the actual armature up to this side. But what I was having a problem with is this whole thing back here was kind of sticking in its housing, and then this was the main side. I still got a little cleaning and stuff you have to do in here, but if you look ahead, that's all the junk I took out off of this end that I just scraped out. These hinges were basically frozen. You know, these things swing real nice now, but both of them were just solid. You couldn't even move that whole thing, so it was basically getting stuck on that repulsion side, and it was making a lot of noise and stuff, but it wasn't functioning right. It initially did when I got it, but I never tore it apart because it worked. So basically I'll do some more cleaning and stuff on this end, clean up both end caps. The other one isn't as bad as this, but this one's the main side where the pulley's at and stuff. Clean that up, oil a little bit. There's some shims and stuff in that end. I kept them all in the same place, and we'll get it back assembled and back in there. Should be working good. I just cleaned up this whole commutator side stuff there. The brushes and stuff look like they're in really good shape yet. I had one spring, I can show you that once I get it on, that had one spring that was broke, that retained the one set of brushes. I ended up having to make one of those because I can't find one for it out of another. Get this coiled spring that was the same diameter and same wire thickness.